Hey guys, I think we're live. Hope you guys doing good. Doing live streaming on the move. Anyway, today we're going to continue talking about building a project and want to kind of talk about what's next, get some ideas from you guys and answer some questions. I hope you guys building projects as well. But if you're jumping on, let me know if you guys could hear me, see me. Again, I'm in like a mobile studio, like my laptop basically. And so today just want to work and continue our work, talk about what we want to build next, what we're going to do. So if you guys have any questions, requests, let me know. If you're new to this live stream, this is where I'm basically building a project for my portfolio, and a lot of this stuff I'm doing from without practicing, literally like on camera. So a lot of mistakes, a lot of struggle. And the reason why I do that is because I want you guys to see like a very realistic way of what it's like coding on your own. And and another reason I want to do it live with you guys is because it allows me to practice talking through the code that I write. And if I do make mistakes, so what? Who cares? And just a little demo here, and this is running locally on my computer right now. So, and it's not much right now starting out, but we'll get there. We'll get there, one step at a time. So before I get too far, well, let me show you the application first. So right now we have our basic page here, which shows all the different projects that you added. You could click on the details button and you could see the details. And again, I didn't fill anything out. You could see the live demo of the project. This is actually, let me log out here. I was testing a user that I just added here, but this is actually live version of the application. And again, don't worry about the CSS because we're gonna do the CSS later. So the features that we currently have, we have login, so you're able to log in. If you forgot your password, we have email reset via password, which is cool because you get an email, you're able to reset your password and log in. We have a little small blog section here that you could kind of see the blogs by different users. We have our home section where you could like. In order to like, you have to log in. So let me log in here. I always forget my password here, so I'm gonna just give it a try. Hey, I remembered it this time. But when you logged in, you could check the details. You could leave comments. Hello. So we have ability to leave comments. We have ability to add new project via this dashboard. I know it's not impressive, but we'll get there. We're able to, like or dislike. And like I showed you before, we have this ability to sub now, leave comments, So we're slowly building out our features. And what I'm looking to do is to create a community where aspiring developers or new developers are able to come in and start sharing the projects that they're building and able to upvote and downvote, and over time we're going to add additional functionality. But for now, the most basic is, can we add a project? Yes, we can. Can we look at the projects? Yes, we can. We could go to the details. We could see the live demo of the project. We could see the GitHub link and we could comment. And so what I wanted to talk about today, kind of like other features to use. And by the way, if you guys want to, if you have any questions and you want to talk about anything, more than welcome to ask in the questions. But today I kind of was trying to figure out what should be the next feature. And again, right now I'm kind of thinking of doing everything like the big picture, get the big picture functionality in this application. And let me turn down my volume on my computer a little bit because it's a bit too loud. I can't hear myself think. But what I was going to say is I turned down the music. Fantastic. And what I want to do here is, actually, let me go to big, is I'm just trying to get like a big picture functionality that I want. We want to have users. We want to, add projects. Eventually, we're going to have a way to manage users. I want to give ability to logged in users to create blogs. Maybe that's something else we could build next. Another thing that I wanted to do is create a section for bugs or feature recommendations. And so I wanted to make something where you guys are able to recommend the feature, or if you're logged in the application and you find a bug, you could do a bug report that I will get to see, and I would see active bugs that my application have, so that way I could fix them as I go along. And before we continue, let me just say hello to everybody. Vinyl Guy is here, great to see you. Serge is here, great to see you. Eli's here, great to see you. Walter's here, great to see you. Northern Chimp is here, Hologram is here. And if you're part of the private community and you wanna be, right now obviously we don't have a lot of functionality, but if you wanna help out, kind of break the app and test the app, let me know, and I will create users for you guys. You could also always do it through the private community that we have. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have this private community on Circle, and right now the only way to get on it, I don't even remember how to find it myself, coding after 30 member circle. So I have this community that I'm starting. We have a bunch of members already, and right now the only way to join this community is by emailing me at codingafter30@gmail.com and literally sending me a link to either a portfolio or a GitHub, because the only people I want to add members to help me kind of test this community that we have here are people that are actually into doing the work and have something to show for it already. Eventually this is going to be a paid community. Don't worry, it's not going to be that expensive. It's going to be $2.99, but it's just a way for me to kind of give a way for you guys to give back to the channel, because a lot of people have been asking how to support the channel. It'll be a great way of doing it, and also it allows me to provide additional value for you guys outside of this awesome section where we get to chat. We talk about the Dev Hunt project. I put my notes here of the stuff that I'm doing, but more importantly, we're going to be building this new application as well, bug tracker, and we're going to have questions that you'll be able to ask, lessons that I'm going to be able to show that are not going to be on YouTube, and assignments that you guys could do. So, but also, I do talk about the Dev Hunt project. The Dev Hunt project, the one that I'm building on the stream, I will always do it on YouTube, regardless if you're a member or not of the chat. But I just kind of wanted to throw it out there. But if you do want to be a test user in the project, the way to do it is through the community. And like I said, right now, if you email me at codingafter30@gmail.com, send me your portfolio link or what have you, just so I could see some of the work you did, you get access for free. But in today's stream, and let me just say hello, I said hi to Eli already, build a web scrape project website that screenshots the whole landing page. That's actually a good idea, and I think at some point I'm going to do that, where basically, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to think about that. Right now, it's definitely going to be on the bottom of my list because I want to add some functionality here. We have Anna saying, what's up? Hey, Anna. And Jose saying, hello, everybody. So what I was thinking on today's stream, we have our basic general landing page. And again, I don't care that it looks ugly. We'll get there. We have our blog page where you could see newly posted blogs. And maybe we can add a developers page where you get to see all the users that are registered to this website. And I guess we could make it when people logged in. Another thing we could do, we could all take a look at React Router 6. I actually haven't looked at it, and I have no idea, how different it is from the previous React Router version that I was using. And so that'll be a good way to see if we could actually just try to implement the new routing and figure out how it works. But let me know in the comments which route you want to go. Like, do you want to see us talk about adding a new feature, maybe checking out users, maybe adding a ability to add bugs if you guys discover them? I'd like to hear about it. And also, let me know how you guys are doing. Really cool, because I love chatting with you guys. And by the way, this is going to be eventually, this is actually a theme on ThemeForest. I didn't build any of this, but this is kind of what I'm going to model the bug tracker and the application that we're building in terms of our backend. Eventually, it's going to have like different analytics of who's working on your projects. You'll have different sections where you could see all the messages that's sent to you, all the latest projects that you're currently working on. And so this is the inspiration for both the project that I'm currently working and the project that we're going to be building as a bug tracker. And so I just wanted to share that with you. So right now looks nothing like it because I'm not really focused on the CSS. I'm more focused on getting the functionality to work. And the most important part is, like, everybody should be striving to build their own project from scratch. It doesn't matter if you're struggling at the beginning. It doesn't matter if you feel embarrassed sharing your code with somebody else. It doesn't matter if you don't even know where to start, because the point, that is where you start. You start by trying to build something on your own, and you try to break it down the smallest pieces possible, and you start doing the work yourself. Of course, it's going to be hard. You see me failing on this live stream multiple times. And so what I want to say is, like, don't be embarrassed, don't be ashamed. You all got to start somewhere, and this is the whole point of the stream. So let me know, guys, kind of what you want to kind of do or talk about. And while you guys do that, I actually let's take a look. Maybe what we're gonna do is try to implement React Router 6. So React Router 6 is here. I'm using the old React Router, so I'm not with the cool kids, but maybe we could just, might as well from the very beginning, decide on converting from previous React Router to the new wonderful, beautiful routing that we have here. And I wonder how much more difficult it's going to be. And I like the look of their new website. It looks sexy, nice. Really good looking website. They're literally taking it up a notch and making it really nice. You could look at starting the tutorial introduction. Check out the complete version of the app here, blah, 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 blah. Configuring routes. Nice. So you know what? Well, let's be adventurous. And what do you mean? Oh, doing a demo login for an existing user, so then they could go in and do stuff with the application. I'm eventually going to do that, Walter. I don't want to do that right now because right now I don't want to have just like anybody being able to log into the application. I know it's it's sad that I don't want to do that yet because it's still so early in the development that there's, number one, not much to see. And there's still a lot of stuff that I'm kind of adding to it, but eventually we're going to have, like a demo login. So instead of like having username, you could just click demo and it will show you a demo of the application. And I will eventually do that, just not at the moment. And I'm stuck trying to get infinite scroll to start when the page doesn't have a scroll bar. Any ideas? I think you would have to somehow figure out how to get, like, basically, oh, I see what you mean. Yes, that's interesting. How would you do that? Because you need to have, like, I think you will have to have some content, because the way I'm thinking is you need to be able to scroll somewhat in order to trigger like a scroll event of some sorts, to be able to then, once you get to a certain point in your page, it will trigger the reload. And yeah, you definitely will probably need to have enough content to actually be able to scroll. So I'm gonna have to look into that, Anna, if you let's say don't have the scroll bar, because I'm thinking of triggering it via scroll. So I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit more. I know in CodePen I had some sort of example where there's some scrolling happening, but then again it is being triggered because we have an on-scroll event. And all the cool projects, let me log in, like, are not my projects. I don't have anything like sexy and cool in my CodePen, so That's none of mine. Like all the cool stuff, that's not my stuff. But CodePen is kind of cool to check out what other people are doing, and what's cool about it, you could see their code examples. I normally just use CodePen to quickly mock stuff up and try some stuff out. And I wonder if I have some sort of scrolling example from a long time ago. It might not be getting data from an API, I don't think, but we are triggering something with scrolling. I just don't remember if I deleted it or not. Will be unfortunate if I deleted it. Yep. No, I might have deleted it. That's kind of crazy. Crazy. Yeah, but I would say, you know, to trigger scrolling, you need to have space to scroll. So you would have to have more data that could fit on the screen. I'm sure there's other ways of doing it, but here's React Scroll here, example. So it doesn't get the data from the API, but notice how you get to the middle of the screen with the content, it turns it from grayed out to black. And let's see, like this was like a while ago, so I don't even remember what we're triggering. Okay, so the way I'm triggering is basically I have this function that determines if the content is in view, and that's determined by getting the bounding client and checking for the height and seeing if it's bigger based on whatever the top is, and then if so, it changes the styling. But you would basically have some sort of, and notice how here I'm using add event listener on scroll. So if I didn't have more content than fits on the page, like the scroll wouldn't be triggered. So I guess, you know, you do need to have more content than the page displays to continue to kind of scroll, but you'll have that scroll bar and every time it will reload. So, but yeah, no, it's good. I'll have to look into it. Yeah, that's basically what I was going to say. Yeah, I'm doing a project for an interview. Think I'm just going to make the content large enough that it will guarantee a scroll bar. Lol, I've tried a million ideas. And that's usually the only time you would have, you know, like load more stuff, like is having some sort of scroll event. But like, for instance, if, yeah, I think that's the way to do it, right? For like at least the easiest way, and I haven't tried any other way, so that's good. Yeah, and Eli has a like good idea. The Facebook feed makes 20 feet to load at first, then when you scroll, it goes into the 14th load, another 20 feet, so it'll be infinite only if you have a lot of feeds or content. Yeah, and I think that's basically how everybody does it. And so, like when your page loads, so let's see here, that yeah, but if the feed that you initially get is smaller than the window size, so you have to make sure that you have enough content that is always bigger than the window size, because otherwise you're not going to have that scroll to trigger. Like you could have other ways to trigger it, but I think like, you know, yeah, you would want to make sure that the easiest way to do it, at least, is to make sure that you have more content like I do here. I have plenty of content that my window will scroll. So that's the way that I've done it in the past. I know probably not the answer you're looking for, but for time being, I think making it load enough data and then style the data in a way that it takes up more real estate than the screen, so that way you're forced to scroll, which will load. And then I look at it like this way: if you have, let's say, 10 items and all 10 items fit on the screen, then there's no more items to scroll for. So there's no items to load. I guess that's one way I would look about. Yeah, that's another way to do it. You could do like set an overflow hidden and have like a certain size of the container, so you're always going to have a scroll bar as well to see the remainder of the items that fit there, and then you could trigger on scroll and do the and handle the behavior that way. But yeah, you know, that's kind of like one way to do it. Like you could also do, I mean, I don't know if it's a good strategy. Like obviously if you have 10 items and there's no more items that are loaded and there is no scroll that could trigger the scroll event, you could maybe do some sort of mouse event, mouse move or like whatever that will trigger load more data. I'm not saying that's a good way. Probably don't listen to me at this point, but that's a good question. You know, I'll have to look into that and think about it. Normally, all my infinite scroll has been because I have more content that could fit into the window, and therefore, you know, I'm always able to scroll and trigger a scroll event. And just like in this example, we see, you know, I have plenty of content, and so every time I scroll, the scroll is triggered. I'm assuming if I could not scroll, this would not work as intended. Yeah, that's definitely good place to start. So, you know, we have some good questions, some good suggestions, but I'm thinking, you know, let's break the application by trying to implement, because you didn't really get too far, so upgrading to React Router 6 maybe would be a good idea. And so I'm looking at the documentation as always, and obviously the documentation is showing you how to start from scratch. So before I give myself too many headaches, like one of the things that I like to do is Google. So let's go to google.com and upgrading from React Router, what was it, 5 before? I don't know, Router 5 to 6, I guess, I don't know. Upgrading from V5 React Router. Let's see what this says. So blah, blah, blah. We're actively working on a backward compatibility layer, implementing the V5 API on top of V6 implementation. This will make upgrading as smooth as possible. You'll be able to upgrade to V6 with minimal changes to your application code. Then you can incrementally update code to version 6 API. So they currently don't have an easy way of doing it. And the good news is because our application is fairly brand new, we don't really have that many features, we can literally try to break it and see what happens. You know, why not? Why not? And hey, Steve, believe it or not, I still haven't was able to get your email. I don't know what the hell is going on, but you could send me a message on LinkedIn. This is not my real account. Let me sign out. That was just me showing someone how to log in, skip. But you could send me a message on LinkedIn, my full name, I'll put my name, Paul Braslavsky. Like, I don't know what the hell's happening with my email. Or you could email me. Yeah, just find me on LinkedIn at Paul Braslavsky. Yeah, so Steve, like I haven't looked at the documentation at all in terms of upgrading to React Router 6. And so, since I started with React Router 5, like obviously there's going to be break-in changes. And like you're saying, you have to do it by hand. And so we could give it a try. Worst thing that could happen is we just revert back to what have you. Hopefully you can. But so let me close some of these windows that we don't need. Yeah, I have too many windows open. That's fine. So I think this is our app running locally. So like I'm gonna go to my code and make it bigger so you guys could see the embarrassment that's about to follow. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a new branch. I'm gonna call it update routes. Maybe not the best name, but it's a live stream, whatever, routes. Probably spelling we'll check. Update routes. And I'm just gonna do that. And like the interesting thing is, yeah, and I'm sure it is, and I'm sure out of like on live stream I'll probably do a bad job doing it. But here's the thing is, like, so I have to delete React. Actually, let me take a look. Package JSON. So we have React Router DOM, React Router Bootstrap. That's interesting because I am also using React Router Bootstrap. That's probably, I don't know if it works with React Router 6. So that could be like another issue that I might run into, because I'm not sure if React Router Bootstrap is updated to work with React Router DOM. So, we're in a separate branch. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look there. I'm gonna do it in a different window here though. Yeah, geez, that's not helpful. My screen share will share everything. Yeah, I'll take a look and definitely double check that. I don't know why I haven't seen it, but I'll check the promotional email and social places. So let me go to the documentations. React Router, this is going to be interesting. So installation, you just run, yeah, there's a bunch of new stuff that, let's see, npx create, that's via White, create, no, we're not building a new app, then install React Router dependencies. So we basically need to install React Router DOM 6 and history at 5. Actually, blah, 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 blah. Here goes nothing. I guess we're gonna do it. Man, you guys are all ahead of me. You guys have been using React Router 6, and I'm sure like starting from scratch would have been like a nicer experience. But why make it easy? Why not? So I'm assuming, oh, this is going to be disgusting. It's going to be broken for sure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into my package JSON. Yeah, I already created a new branch. Thank you, Eli. You're a hero. Just in case if I forgot, that would have saved me a lot of problems. So I'm going to literally delete React Router DOM. I'm gonna keep React Bootstrap, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work and it's irrelevant. Then I'm gonna go here. I'm actually gonna, let me see here. I'm gonna actually kill it like this too. Node modules. I don't know if this is the right way of doing it. RMRF, remove and destroy all the node modules, just so we do like a clean install. And our package JSON should not have any you know what, I'm gonna delete this too. Like it's gonna break some stuff, it's fine. We'll handle it as it comes along, because I don't know if React Bootstrap supports React Router, especially if they're doing their links differently, why not? And so I just killed everything, fingers crossed. It's already broken, I could feel it. And then first of all, I'm gonna do npm install the current dependencies. Oh man, this is gonna be complete S show. And so we'll see what happens. Better late than never. And then let's, no, that's not what we want to paste. Copy and pasting here. Let's go here, React Router introduction. Oh, so nice. We're here actually. It's the same screen. So let's copy this, control copy. Let's go back here. npm install React Router 6. Well, let's do this. Yeah, I wonder, like, I'm just going by the docs. They had history 5. Not sure what that is, but thanks for clearing that up. So we did install some additional package, which we could probably now see in our package JSON. So we installed React Router DOM 6. That's good to go. I wonder what, and then history. I'm not sure what history is, but you know what? We could always, you know, Google it. But right now, I'm just going to do npm run start and see what's going to happen. Like obviously, this is from before cached stuff. So let me like So import redirect. Redirect is not exported from React Router DOM, so I'm assuming redirect doesn't exist. Is that the case? So for now, I'm just gonna assume they have some different mechanism of handling things and use navigate instead in React Router. So you're saying that navigate replaces redirect, and so we go to our documentation. Is it navigate? They're saying navigate. So refactor custom route, blah, 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 blah. Normal redirects elements that are not inside a switch are okay to remain. They will become navigate elements in React 6. So let's kind of start with that first. Failed to compile. Let me go where it failed to come. Oh my God, all this switching. So I'm just gonna click here. Oh, I'm not. So it's an, I thought like you should be able to click stuff and go to, here you go. Here you go, call me crazy. So redirect should now be navigate. And control find redirect. Okay, so this should be navigate. And I'm not, you know, one step at a time. So I think that was the only redirect we had there. So let's come back. And you don't have to have component properties in the routes either anymore. Good to know. We'll get there. And component element got replaced by elements, which is pretty similar. Yeah, we'll get there, guys. You know, I appreciate the help. So why is navigate not Oh, there you go, Steve. Love it. Yeah, like when I talk, I can't type to save my life. So if someone put a gun to my head and said like, here, spell navigate, navigate, that makes it more interesting. And so we have another redirect somewhere else. Exciting. Let's go there too now. Let's click it. Come on, I'm clicking it. So now this is going to be navigate. And let's find wherever that redirect is. And then do navigate. Look at how exciting it is. Live coding. Like people probably be like, this is so boring. Oh my God. And then we have again another redirect used. Well, why not? Replace all the redirects. Navigate. I could have probably done the replace, like bulk replace, just search it here and replace all of them in my code. You know, lesson learned. Navigate. Okay, so that's good. And now we have an issue. Attempt import error switch is not exported from React Router. So that's got to be the next thing. Hey Steve, no worries. Always glad to have you, brother. Thank you so much for stopping by, even for a few minutes. And I'll definitely look for your email. Yep. And Engine Boy says switch is gone. Yep, that's the error that's telling me. Makes sense. Boom. Navigate like I don't know, Schwarzenegger, I love it. Try Control H. Control H. What does Control H do? Oh shit! Doesn't do anything. I have a Mac. You know, would it be Command H? I don't know. Anyway, so now we don't need the switch. So let's go to where we have app.js here, and remove the switch completely. And remove this and remove this and see what's next. It's compiling. I saw an error. Switch is not exported from React Router DOM. Let's go to blog. Oh yes. Oh no, that's going to be exciting because I use switch here too in the blog routes. So we're just going to remove it and see what happens. And then attempted to import use history, not exported from React Router DOM or React Router. I don't know, is it in the React Router DOM now? No, it's not. So let's look up. Oh yeah. You could do that too. Command D for multiple cursors. Yeah. But what I was saying, like, imagine you have something that you want to replace in multiple files. You could do like search and you could type, I want to replace redirect. You know, it's going to find, I already replaced them. And then you could do, you know, navigate. And then you could, you know, boom, click here. And it's going to replace all the instances of redirect with navigate in all your code base. I mean, you got to be adventurous to do that. But sometimes when you know the thing you're changing, that's pretty straightforward. So now we need to handle use history. I don't know what in React Router 6, like what, God damn it, go back here. Take me back to my code. Yep, and then the other quick change is you don't need the exact property in routes now, so that's good to know. Let's actually, I wonder, try that method exact, and if I do this, would it delete them all? Yeah, that's a good way to make that change everywhere. So we removed exact. Now, like, I need to figure out use history is gone. Yes, use navigate. Oh, nice. You guys are being too helpful. I'm trying to read the documentation and figuring out. So let's see here. Instead of use history, you're saying it's use navigate. Like, I trust you guys. I really do. But very important that navigate, use navigate. So nice, interesting. So let's do that. Let's go to our code. And then we're gonna do use history. We don't want to use history. And, oh, not wrong place. Use history. I want to replace with use navigate. Oh, I messed it up. I didn't hit the right button. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. Replace 14 occurrences. I don't think I have 14 occurrences. Oh, this is not going to be good. Let me come back here for a second. I pressed the wrong one. So that's good. Use history. Okay, that's fine. You know what? I'll replace it one at a time for now because I am scared to do the full. I don't trust the code. So, and I'm assuming it's going to be from use navigate, and I'm assuming it will be from React Router DOM. Is that true? So yeah, so use navigate. Let me look at the document. Use navigate. Yeah, so it's now being imported from React Router DOM. That makes sense. So use navigate, and then we're gonna do here use navigate. I'll just do it this way for now, and they call this navigate instead of history. And navigate. And then this is going to be navigate, and I'm sure somewhere there's going to be issues. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to obviously try to fix everything here and see what happens. But then I think what I'm going to do, just to kind of reinforce what we're doing here right now, is I'm also going to eventually make a separate test project just to cover the basics of React Router 6. Navigate. Yeah, I think I gotta make this a little bit smaller. Let me do Control F so it reformats it so we could see more stuff on the screen. Use history. Come on. Oh, whoa. Did you guys see that? That was exciting. Yeah, this is probably like the most boring thing for people to see, but hey, sometimes you got to do the work and stuff needs to happen. You know, I mean, what else are you going to do? But you guys all making this a much less painful process, because a lot of you guys have good opinions and it's not working anymore, and Walter says no push, just navigate route, and that's good to know too. So it'll be like that, navigate into the route. So let me finish this up and then I'll fix that as well. Thank you, Walter. Really appreciate it. But then there used to be a route go back, so I'm gonna have to look into this here. use navigate. Let me, yeah, I'll come back to that later. I gotta look into that. So let's see what else we have. Message cards. Use navigate. Use navigate. Navigate. And then there's no longer push, it's just navigate. Man, I use history in a lot of places. This is insane. Oh, so navigate -1 for back. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, Ancient Boy. I really appreciate it. I'll come back to that in a second. You guys are so awesome. I'm gonna have to do a lot of reading on my own because you guys are too good in giving good, helpful tips. I love the community, making it happen. We already put use navigate here. Fantastic. Navigate. Navigate. Okay. So use navigate. Yeah, man, this is nice. Nice. Like when the community comes in and literally does all the work. You guys are amazing. I'm literally just doing what you guys are saying to do. Navigate. Use route match. We'll get to that in a second because I gotta actually control copy like this because I gotta fix some areas here. So I want to search for navigate.push because push no longer exists. Oh wait, I already switched navigate. What the hell's happening here? No. What are you doing? Get back here. Let me go search navigate. How do I reset search? Reset this. Reset. Yeah, because navigate dot push. Here we go. We gotta navigate. We gotta delete this, and then we have right here. Gotta delete this. I'm assuming that's what you guys are all saying. And then where's my go back button? Components. I'm gonna close all these for now. We don't want to look in the table. Component back button. That's where we're at. And then in back button, unclick. Instead of go back, it's now navigate -1. So navigate. Man, you guys are all geniuses. I love it. Now we need to talk about use. Oh, okay, that's cool to know. For now, I'll just keep it for the brevity of this live stream. So now we need to find use route match equivalent. Yeah, and I'll have to do more reading about it. Walter, he says it depends on how routes are matched. Use route, depends on how routes are nested, he was saying. And I was reading on my screen here, use route match. So now I want to see if there's an equivalent replacing use route match. And so Oh, here we go, upgrading from B5. Oh wait, there, okay, never mind. 5.1. No, I want to upgrade to, I wonder if they're gonna have some stuff advanced, blah, 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 route element. No, it's still all 5.1. We need 6 installation, overview, path, blah, 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 blah. When in doubt, literally just Google the thing that you want to replace. So yeah, so what we want to do is we want to find use route match equivalent React router 6. So let's go into our Google here. Google. React router 6. Let's see what happens. Use route match React router 6 that makes no sense. What's new in React router 6? What's new in React router 6? Routes is the new switch. So I should have replaced switch with routes. Oh, yeah, oops. Let me go do that first then. So we have our changes here, dashboard. What did we change here? Sorry, let me make my screen smaller so you guys can see better. So all the changes, this file is fine. We go to blog. Okay, so here what we want to do. Blog list. Instead of switch, it's routes. I'm assuming that's what they were referring to. Routes. So that's fine. Now where else did I have switch statements that I deleted? Because I didn't know enough of what I was doing yet. Okay, reset password. I bet it's in app.js. Yeah, so this should have routes. And make sure we import routes, so at least that's fixed. So let's go back to this article. Am I an F1 fan? Unfortunately, I don't really follow any sports or racing or anything else like that. I just don't have time at the moment. But no, I'm just trying to make sure that I learn enough code to stay relevant at my job. To be honest, I do. Not as much as I want to right now, but I do like playing games. I like try to make games with Unity, but it's right now because I'm so busy at work and I'm trying to kind of grow this YouTube channel. I do have to kind of do a lot less game playing. Yeah, but I do play games, when I get time. So blah, blah. Route component is replaced with route element. Now I'm not using route elements anywhere because I'm passing them as children, and I don't know if that's still a thing in React 6. Nope, we got rid of exact. That's fine. Now we have relative path and links, and in v6 both paths and links are relative to their parent route. This means we can omit the if we want the relative path. Yep, so I'm gonna have to look into that when that is an issue. Yeah, that might be like a good thing to substitute. So use route match is you could still use location. Okay, yeah, I'll try that in a second. I just want to go through this. Easier nested routes. Oh shoot, that is pretty impressive here. I'm gonna look into that though, because I'm assuming that this is gonna be something that I would have to do for a blogging section that I'm doing. Yep, we already replaced all of use history. This is actually a good article. I'm gonna have to save this article, add to bookmarks. Okay, they don't say anything about yeah, 100%. It does sometimes get monotonous and obnoxiously like depressing because you're trying to fix something and it's just like, oh, I keep breaking stuff. So interesting. So they didn't say anything about use router match, and I'm assuming we could use location. So let's try that. Might as well. Let's close this one. That's fine. So so we want to import use location. Let's try that. Going on a whim here, use location. So let's see here. React router Bootstrap obviously is not found because we killed it. I did use it for something. Let's see here. React router Bootstrap, so we could kill this. And then now we have to replace this with whatever the link element for menus is, I'm assuming. Let's take a look in our... Yeah, no worries, Steve. Always great to have you when you're here. You know, really appreciate it. You know, I'm just some dude on the internet trying to continue to get better at coding while crying myself to sleep. But hey, you gotta do the work, you know what I mean? And I'm not afraid of kind of putting it all out there. So this was something that was given to us by React router Bootstrap package that no longer exists. So we have to convert this to being yeah, I'm gonna get to that in just a minute. Let me just take care of the links. So let me look at my documentation here. Try to like do one step at a time. Overview, routes, links. So you still use link to invoice, so that would be the same. Let's just fix that. So this is going to be, what is it? Control. Nope, that's not it. Link container is going to be link, and then we want to import link. Nav bar nav No, where am I going? Where am I going? What are you doing, Paul? Use, oh, did I React router DOM link? Oh, it's use match instead of for use router match is use match. Let me use that instead if that's the one-to-one. Oh, look, it compiled successfully. I'm sure it's not working properly yet, but use that. I'm gonna kind of do that thing. Use match. I like that. Fits better with what I had before. I forgot where I did it though. Projects, use history. That was in blog, right? Use router match. So instead of use location, it would be match. We'll try it. We'll try it. Maybe use location and use match would work. That worked too. We see green here. So active class names no longer exist in navlink. Okay. Am I using navlink? I'm sure I am. Navlink. I'm not using. I'm just using link right now still. And you know, I just want it to kind of work right now because we're doing this on a whim. So so I'm assuming that this means instead of passing the elements as children like it used to be before, you need to pass them as React elements. I'm just assuming. So element, and then we pass that element. So they're doing this pattern here. So let's kind of give it a try. Let's see what happens. Let's close this. That's, oh my God, what is happening here? Let's go to app.jsx route. So I'm assuming that now I'm no longer able to do this. So I'm assuming that now I have to do element and then do doohickey here and pass home. I kind of liked passing it as children, so that's kind of, I mean, it's a preference. Yeah, so that's kind of like exactly what I'm doing. I literally like okay, I see. So that's the new way of the difference that they're making now. So that makes sense. My rubber ducky is my teacup. I talk to my rubber ducky when I can't figure out anything, or my teacup. Yeah, so that kind of makes sense. Nice, cool, thanks, Steve. So let me do that. Oh God, this is, man, I appreciate all you guys. You guys are troopers. Not only because you guys doing like tremendous help today, because instead of me reading through the documentation, which by the way I am going to do, and like I said, I'm gonna make a whole nother project where I'm going to just practice router 6 to make sure that I get the point. I know what the hell is going on, but this is like a nice and easy, with you guys helping, of course, doing it quick and dirty, because sometimes quick and dirty is good. What the hell, you know? Actually, let me check my private route. I'm kind of curious. Route. Okay, does the render prop still work in? Yeah, complain. Don't like that. Complain to the React Router project. Then yeah, no, I'm fine. But does the render prop still work? I'm assuming since I'm not having any errors, that's still a thing. So that's okay. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Let me just slowly and painstakingly rewrite this stuff. Oh, what am I doing? Element. Login. Then, yep, the beauty of fixing your code. I mean, we're not fixing it. We are upgrading it to the greatest, latest React Router 6. Actually, yeah, private route is a private route component that I built to right here that basically will allow you to either show an authenticated route or it will navigate you to login if you're not authorized. But I'm just curious if this pattern here still works via render prop or do I have to use element? But we'll find that out in just a second. You know, no rush as always. But actually, Steve, like since you're here, any good books or resources on React patterns, like a good guide, rather than just trying to find, I don't know what I just did here. Oh yeah, this one, that you like to go to or use? Yeah, private route is like something you build yourself as a component using, you know, the normal stuff that is provided to you. But I'm hoping that that's not gonna be broken, and if it is, that's fine. The one thing that I know for sure, the application that we're working at our job, like I don't think we're going to be refactoring from React Router 5 to use the greatest React Router 6. Don't, you know, just because of everything else that we have to do, that's on such a low priority list that maybe at some point it's gonna have to be done. But at least with this application, because it's fairly brand new, you know, yeah, that's a good point, Steve. Saying React is just ES6. Yep. Element. Throw some JSX in there. I didn't even look if that's how you handle the 404 pages. So compiled successfully, but the question is, does it work? And I'm going to say no. Private route is not a route component. All components, children routes must be route. So it does cause an issue. But I guess they have a different way that they handle their private routes. And so what I'm going to kind of look and search, what's new, React route. Let's go here. Private routes. I think there's an easier way than before in React Router 6. Private routes. Dude, this is literally the same goddamn exam. Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. I'm like, this is the exact. Yeah, thank you. Listen, when I talk and spelling is really hard for me. I'm not using it as an excuse, being dyslexic. No, I guess you can't use being dyslexic for spelling. I don't think that works like that. It's just a route looking at your code. Yeah, right, that makes sense. I just gotta figure out where I'm at. So in private routes in version 5, this is what we used to do. This is kind of the implementation I have exactly like in my current application, but taking a look at v6 docs, seems that things changed a little bit and we need to think a little bit different about it. Blah, 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 blah. See this link. Let's look at the link. Okay, if you looked at the link. Okay, very good. I'll save that for reference. Yep, and here we go. I need to understand why this, I read it in such a manner, public and private. You're like blowing my mind right now. So private route, const auth, use auth if auth, children if not, navigate to login. Private route, private. That's a bit annoying looking at this. So we need to use a route and we pass private route as element. So let's give it a try. So we have a private route, it's a route, navigate. Everything here looks good except I believe they did not return children, not use render prop. Routes, route. So element, dashboard, meme inside article. Yeah, I'm gonna, at this point my brain is on fire. Yeah, that's the code changes we need. So I need to implement it with this pattern here. Yeah, it's hard for me to kind of figure out what and where in code we're referring to. So this is where I have my private route that I created earlier. I'm not sure if this is the section in the example you were talking about. Yeah, I'm not sure like where we're referring to up and unless it's in the article. So v6 routes are rendered in this manner. So we have, so like this here, Yeah, I need to understand this better, for sure. Routes are in such a manner, so we have route. Because so these are components, or that is going to render. What I want to do is I want to have a wrapping component that whatever you wrap with that component is going to be private, rather than just having a public component and a private component. And we have this function here, and this is the source code that they're talking about. So this is the change I need to make, I'm assuming, in the private route. And then here it seems like the implementation that we need to use. For shits and giggles, just because I do need to like mess around. So private route function. Like this right here. This is the private route function, and then this is, I would say, the implementation to get it to work. That's what I'm assuming that like you're referring to, and this is what I'm assuming I have to do. But then they have a different implementation using outlet. So the code, and I know we probably have some slack, so yeah, so you're assuming, like, yeah, exactly, basically this, and that's kind of what I was thinking of doing, is, let me do this. So I have saved this example. So we have our, no, not using the outlet though. Run example. It's this one. Yeah, no, I got you. That's exactly what I was thinking of doing. It's this one. And so this is going to be our private route. What's it complaining? And the auth children login. So blah blah. So, and then this implementation. Let me try this for but I need the path. See, I don't need the path to be private. I need the path to be like again, I might be confused. Okay, I see what you mean. Let's do that. I see what you mean. I got it. I got you. I think I got you. So element is going to be my dashboard. So private route, almost very similar. Children. And actually, let me do, oh, hold on, I gotta check what I did before. Yeah, I need to pass is off. Let me copy this example for reference again. Oh wait, I do have the function app. What am I doing here? hold on, let me back up a few steps here. I might have blah, 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 blah. So we place this code here. Then we have the private route path, private. Let me copy this. Copy. So we pass that. Let's delete this. Private route has already been declared. Oh, I'm an idiot. Like, that's what you get for being an idiot. I'm not using this, I'm using something else. Let me go back here, route rest, redirect, user, is we're passing user. I think I still have that. We're not using this. Children auth. So let me just double check here. So we're passing element. So private route is not a function. All component children of routes must be route or React fragment. So still not sure yet, Steve, like what the issue is. We'll figure out. What's up, Lucky? How's it doing? So in theory, like, it's not sending an error. Let me try the other way that they did it, the other example here. And try this ridiculous example. Let me do this for now. Route, private route, and I'm assuming I'll be passing dashboard. I like the intensity. Dude, I'm stressing. I'm stressing out, Eli. Users assign a value but never used. That's like annoying because I need to pass user to private route. How do you pass props though? I mean, private route, this is a component. Yeah, that's what it says it means. But then the question I have is, how do you pass props unless you do it like, hold on a second. I'm just gonna go on the, no, like, can you pass auth? What am I passing here? Auth equals user. We're just going to try that. It's compiling, compiled successfully. Nice, we did it, I think. So, okay, I can't go anywhere, but that's because I think I have to fix my navigation. Yeah, so I think we got it. At least we see something. So, and currently whenever I navigate, so we got to fix our navigation, nothing's happening. We're making progress, guys. You guys, it's teamwork. Teamwork all the way. All of you guys in the stream, you guys have been giving me solid advice. So yeah, it needs to be a route, and then you pass your wrapping element. That looks a little bit ugly, but whatever. So the user we only need in the private route here, just because this is where we using it to determine if we have user show the children, if not, navigate to login. So I think we'll be okay for now. But the thing that I want to kind of take a look at is the navigation and see why I'm not able to route to anywhere. So we go to top navigation, link elements. Are we using, wait, nav link. Link. Let's look at the documentation now. So switch. Okay, not upgrading. We don't need this. So let's see here. Link routes, link to. So is it because I have a dash? Interesting. How do I navigate? Oh, no, it is, hold on. Home, blog, login. Something's weird's happening. So that's irrelevant. There's something happening because I can't navigate to the page like home, blog, and login. So we have to figure that out, why. So let's go to our index.js or app.js. So now I have to look into, I guess this would be called a nested route, correct? Not sure. Yeah, I'm going to check the link documentation, but I think yeah, let's hit the link documentation. So what the hell is outlet? Relative links to value that do not begin are related to path of the route that rendered them. The two links below will link to dashboard invoices and yeah, I tried that. That didn't work. Is your nav element not your route element? So my nav component, not sure if we talk about the same thing here. So this is my navigation, and actually, hold on a second. I might know what, no, I'm getting a link from React Router. So I gotta look at outlet. I'm kind of confused what does outlet do? What is an outlet? Outlet. The link element needs changing. Link. So let me just stick outlet here randomly, like, cause sometimes, you know, you just gotta experiment. So over here, I'm just like, this is like the stupidest thing you could do is just randomly try stuff. And so my page doesn't re-render. It's got to be something in the routes. I'm just gonna guess. So okay, outlet renders. So outlet wouldn't be. I'm assuming then outlet would not live here. It would be in nested routes. So let's rethink this. Let's kind of try just super simple instead of focusing on all the items. Like, I should be able to go to login, and I'm not going, because if you could see on the bottom of the screen here, like here, when I hold on a second, login. Why am I manually able to go to the routes, right? Okay, blog is going to be broken. I got to fix that later. Not surprised. Home. So like the issue here, I could manually type and go, but whenever I press the links, yeah, and yeah, don't worry about it. You're just like I was, like, because you jumped in late, I was using React Router 5, and basically what we're doing is we're going from and upgrading from React Router 5 to React Router 6. So let's go to the link elements. Hold on. Here we go. Link to. Yeah, my navbar is not changing, and I just want to look again at the documentation. I think I made, yeah, so. Hold on a second. This makes navbar brand new dev hunt. I just want to try something for a second. That literally doesn't matter. Like, I don't understand. This should work regardless if I'm using another component here, like if I have login here. Okay, this is kind of I'm about to be really upset. Hold on a second. Things were changing now. If I do this, which is a nav.link, it's a styling element from React Router. Not React Router, what am I saying? React Bootstrap. And when you pass it in, that breaks it. So what I did is I removed this, but that still doesn't make sense. Like, check this out, that works, but why would going back home work? Okay, that's, actually, let me take a look here. So whatever the issue is, it's the navlink element, which I could look into later and figuring out how to style React router 6. It literally is the net, like, look, check this out. Like, check this out, home, blog. Blog's got a, that's a different issue that we'll fix in a second. Let me refresh. So login works, home works. So it was something to do with the wrapping component that I was using here from React Bootstrap. Oh no. What was I doing? Hold on a second. Navlink, yeah, nav. So this was using nav from React Bootstrap was breaking it from changing. So that was the issue. If you guys don't believe me, notice how right now I removed all those nav links. Look, boom, 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 works. If I undo, and I'm assuming because this creates an maybe anchor tag. So actually we could take a look here. So check this out. Right now it's broken. So let's inspect element. And let's kind of see the difference here when we're validating the. So, because we're creating an additional anchor element within React Router Link, which is an anchor element in itself. And so that was the issue, is we literally doing link, which is already a link, and then we're adding a nested link in here. So if I do this, let's say a span, this is going to be fine because it's not a link. I'm just guessing here, but I'm going to test it. But I could style this later. But for now, we're going to kind of do this. And this is not an issue because nav brand is not a link. And so now notice everything works. So the issue was, let me refresh this. The issue was by using React nav link, I was literally wrapping a link element. That's, and we could see it here. Like if I check this element here, and let me make it bigger. Notice how this is already a link. And when I was passing a within an A, exactly, that was the issue that was breaking it. So now, like, the last thing that we have to figure out is this idea of blog, because we need to be able to, you know, pass an ID that we no longer have access to whenever we go to blog. So I have to look into the last final thing is to figure out nested routes. So here's, let's take a look. So we know, wait, let me actually route project detail. Actually, that's another thing that's going to be broken. I just thought about it. Let me go back here. So another thing that's going to be broken is this. Oh, that works. That is really nice. So the reason blog is not, and let's see if my back button works. Ooh, my back button works. Ooh, so nice. So this works. This works. So the issue is the way I'm handling the blog. For some reason, okay, so the issue might be is I don't have access to the ID of the blog that I need. So let me go just kind of look at something here. Go to my project. So we're need to figure out how to do nested routes. And then if we go into the blog element here, here's our routes. And so we're not getting the post ID, which I have no, which is supposed to come from the previous Oh, did I? Okay, I see. So I need to, I think this is gonna fix it. Blog, right? This is gonna be, I forgot what I did. I'm gonna use post ID like this, and go to definition, blog, use match, post ID. I hope. Add a route as a route child. Yeah, let me look at the documentation because I know that's something that's new they're doing. Let me try the little whatever I did to experiment. So we go home, blog. So yeah, we're not passing the thing. So you're saying for nested routes, we need to add, I'm assuming here, we need to have a nested route. So I'm curious about why, let me just look at something like, so this works right here. And let me go to the detail. Go to definition. So we're using use params project ID, and then am I not using project use params in? Let me try this for a second. Go to blog. I'm just curious. I'm curious. So path, I think before I was using use match. Let me do use params. What do we call it? Blog ID. And then I'm just curious if I can make a workaround. We'll get there. We'll get there. Use match. Use params. So we have access to, and then what did I do? How, I bet I handled it differently. So route path, project ID, we go to the details section. How do I do it? No, that's not the one. Yeah, details, go to definition. I use param project ID, and I guarantee you, like I must have used navigate here. No. Oh, I see, like, hold on a second, that still makes no sense here. Let me see here. Oh, I'm not using routes here. No, yeah, I have to use nested. Makes sense. Let me go back. The blog. Let me just back up here. Yeah, and so I guess this is the only way to do it. For nested routes, add them directly as child route element of a route element. Like the thing that I'm curious about is I wanted to have it displayed in this particular component. Would I have to pass that? Would I have to pass this blog component into the nested route nested route here? And at the same time, I'm curious why this works. Why this works? Because wouldn't this be, oh, maybe it's not nested route because, no, it is. Like, is it? No. Man, my brain is going to explode. Let me just look at the documentation here. So this is example of nested routes. I'm assuming. Okay, so let me say hello to Luke. Hey Luke, how's it going? I'm like struggling here with converting React 5 to React 6, but all the awesome people on the YouTubes are helping me greatly. So what you're saying, Steve, is that I need to have a nested route and then I need to, oh God, my head's gonna explode. I'm so close. We're so close, team. We're so close. Let me, what's new? Switch. So before, okay, look at this great article we found. We needed to do this. I think this is the solution here. Yep, that makes sense. I'm getting there. My brain is moving slowly. I'm basically never used React Router 6, and so today's the first day. And hey Woo, how's it going? We're trying to basically convert the application from React Router 5 to React Router 6. We're almost done, believe it or not. And we just talked about dealing with nested routes. And so I'm assuming we have our blog element, hold on a second, let me see this example. So we have our blog element, that's correct. And inside we pass, whatever thing we want as a child. So I'm assuming what I would need to do, and look at amazing cheating way of doing it is to use CodePen, not CodePen, whatever, code. I don't even know if this is gonna work. I'm gonna put trust in Copilot, and we're basically saying we want path, we're passing blog, which will match the above route, and post ID, which will be passed as a param, and Copilot is lying to me. See, Copilot, you just broke it. I knew I shouldn't have listened to Copilot, but here's the example that I wanted to make for you guys. So Copilot made this goddamn stupid ass recommendation. I'm gonna fix it in a second, but I just wanted to follow the example to show you. Anybody who's worried that Copilot is gonna take your goddamn job, it is not going to take your goddamn job. It's because look how dumb it is. And I'm kind of a little bit confused about this. Yeah, goddamn Copilot is not taking anybody's job. Like we just saw this great example of epic Copilot failure. You still need to learn how to code. Like I think like Copilot is basically a way for you to, at your fingertips, see a bunch of different examples of what other people wrote before, but it doesn't mean that it's 100% applicable to what you're doing. So you need to know how to code in general to take advantage of Copilot and make it useful. Because I just deleted a bunch of stuff. Hold on a second. Let me just look at the notes here because I think I spoke too much. And so, no. So now I need to do, oh, I see. So I did do it right. No, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong example. Path, ID. Let me just, Copilot is correct. Let's do it. Yeah, Copilot's taking the jobs I don't have. Let's do this. Let's go back. Let's walk through this logic: route, path, blog, element. So this should be correct, Steve says, and I definitely trust Steve. So let's see here, and let's see what the error is. Cannot read properties of undefined path, and this is not very helpful. Post detailed use match path is not working. So that means this is the issue here, I'm assuming. So we need to fix it here. And number one, like for now, let me just do this. Like, let me just check this out here. Oops. Like, I got a cold, but it is what it is. Yeah, thank you, Steve. People need the reassurance. I've seen so many videos, Copilot is taking that job. Copilot's not taking anybody's job. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm saying that, look, I just want to kind of reiterate here. Let me go back here. Yeah, still a bunch of errors. Let me do this for now. Let me go back just to kind of, so this is what Copilot recommended. So yes, add that post. So this here would be post detail. It would be in this route because it is the child route. But then we still have to fix it in. So we have our blog. Inside our blog, we want to render post detail. And then we go to blog section here. We have this. This is where we need to fix. That makes, yeah, path doesn't exist. And then I'm assuming like you'd still have to do element. I'm just guessing at this point. Post detail. Let me just try random. It's not random. I'm trying to experiment here. And then path is not defined, so let's kind of block this, use a match. Now, so blog detail is the actual, so we're making progress. So now I'm not rendering the, hold on. So this is gonna be this. Post detail. This is not being rendered. Yeah, so path doesn't exist. So I kind of cheated it and I hard coded blog in here. And I'm going to kind of come back to that later. So now what's happening is, check this out. This is rendered. So this is rendered. What's not being rendered is the actual blog post detail, and I'm assuming because I am not passing post ID, because before I was using use params. So how would I so let's do an like post ID equals 1. I'm just going to try to cheat it. I mean, it doesn't matter if I cheat it because it's not displaying it. Yeah, no, Steve, I totally get it, but I really appreciate all the help, and your patience, by the way, is amazing. So currently we're almost there. So we're able to go to home, we're able to see the detail page, we're able to go back, we're able to go to login, we're able to go back, we're able to go home, we're able to go to blog section, and now the last piece of the puzzle is to render the actual blog element. Let me inspect it here. Do we still have we have our 2 columns. So let me kind of blog list. So this, we need to render post detail here. So we need to click this, and we need to be able to render post detail here. Let me make this bigger. And then for some reason, this is not happening for me. And that could be the link issue. So let's go to blog list. No, so this works, I'm assuming. So we're able to pass post ID. I'm kind of curious for a second here. Okay, so that will break it. No, that still works. And now page not found. And if I undo that, the page is found, but nothing is showing. Okay, let's see what Engine Boy here says. When you have the child route, blah, 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 remove the by only putting post ID, and let's kind of do that like so, I'm assuming, and we could take a look at our beautiful what's new, and that's exactly what they're doing here. And then yeah, I'm trying to figure out the reason why it's not matching the route. Yeah, so that didn't home blog. So I'm kind of curious here. We need to So we're getting the post title, blog. Yeah, I'm still confused about using outlet. No worries, Steve, thanks. In the child component, meaning where, which child? In the current screen that I'm in, inside routes here, replace this. Instead of using route path, post ID, element, post detail, put outlet here, like this. So outlet is defined, but never used. No, nope, nope. That doesn't do that either. Okay, so we need to check this out here. No, that also doesn't work. I just let me back up here. When you have nested routes, you need to put outlet in the parent component. When you have nested route, when you have rested route, you need to put outlet in the parent component. So the parent component, so we have our blog is the parent component. And so would we remove routes altogether and place yeah, so I haven't done React Router 6 yet, but I love the example because it is true. You just need to study React Router v6 and everything will be solved. Yeah, 100%. And I guess like the case here, I just wanted to try how easy it is and to try to kind of, convert React Router 5 to React Router 6, but I mentioned earlier, so I'm not even in the routes with the outlet here. Like I have the outlet not inside the routes. So I want to kind of Yeah, it's kind of hard to kind of know exactly, like put outlet outside the routes, but exact blog component, is it in, because this is the parent component, then we go to post detail. So unless it's in, you put outlet, I mean post detail is just the post detail component. Let me try something for a second here, just for sanity check. Because we might be, let me just do a sanity check here. So we're not even rendering that, so I'm gonna kind of go backwards here. So now, curious here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like read up more on this, and I don't think like, so sometimes like I think we're so close, we got so much of the stuff working, it is just the last piece of the puzzle. And like Engine Boy says, I do have to spend some time and take a look at the documentation. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a basic tutorial and go through the documentation and see what's up. If a name route has X name elements and A has a B child, at this situation you need to put outlet in X name component, so reaching A route, B component will show at the outlet. Place in A component. Yeah, I have to, like, honestly, Engine Boy, like, I do have to take a look here. Let me see in the docs here. I appreciate your help. I'm just, my brain is a little bit fried, so I am having, so they have the example via link here, and they're using outlet here. Let me just do one more thing here. Let's go to Google. React router, and I should have done this earlier. React router 6, blog post example. Let's see what it says. So understanding React router is the 6. No, that's not 6. Go. Yeah, that's not 6. Thanks. Yeah, so I tried putting outlet inside the pair here. I'll show you as an example, and it didn't work for me. So we're here in blog. That's the parent component. You go to post detail. I'm sorry, not post detail. So blog is the parent. So I removed the router and I put outlet. You need to, so the way right now that so we have our blog list, which will get a array of blogs, and it's going to make the link that you click onto that's going to take you to the route, or in the URL it's going to put blog and post ID. And then so this is where our navigation is, and this is where our content needs to be, but you need your blog to use a link, not route. Blog component. So I'm inside my blog component. So inside this component, that's the best advice that I ever gotten, and you could see how I am so thick-headed that I could spend the whole night and the next 20 days just beating my head against the window. And I did say this and mention this in like a lot of my other streams, where the best thing you could do is step away, walk away, and kind of take a break, and they'll serve you better. But as you could see on this live stream, you see that character-wise, like I have a hard time doing that, walking away. And so like I'm going to actually do that. And so Steve, I really appreciate all your advice, and Engine Boy and everybody else who's on the stream. I want to say I really thank you for helping me out. And I think I gotta take my own advice that Engine Boy is reiterating to me, that I know I said a lot on my streams: walk away, take away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save these changes, and I'm sure tomorrow this is going to make more sense. I'm going to do more reading and documentation. I love Steve egging me on. So look at the example that they show again. Okay, I'm gonna put a time limit, Steve, 10 minutes. Yeah, this is usually what I do, Steve. You know, I will do this until I get it, 100%. But let me take a look at. No, that's not it. Not it right here. So no, not this. See, this is navlink. Like this makes this will navigate to whatever thing you want. I'm gonna take a mini break, and I'm gonna have a sip of my tea. I'm gonna see. I got using React Router 6. Let's see what Log Rocket has to say. There's got to be like a clear example where someone is building a blog and is able to just show, like, I like how a lot of these blogs, they show like the most simplest examples. Navigation menu. React Router nest routes have to be defined explicitly. This is not the case with React Router 6. It picks one of the best elements from React Router library called outlet to render anything matching children for a particular route. To start, import the outlet from React Router DOM. This unique slug is going to be used in the URL of the web browser to see the content of each post. Next, create a phone, blah, blah, blah. Blog, outlet. You make it look so easy in this article. I think this article, Steve, this is it right here. This is it. I am going to take a break because I do have to, I do want to relax tonight. So what I'm going to do is, I'm pretty sure this article right here, just based on the fact that because they literally have that example of posts, so I think this will help me to accomplish what I need to do. And then I'll watch that Maximilian video for sure. And so with that being said, guys, yeah, thank you so much for joining me on another head smashing, frustration of doing something new. But the point, listen, so the fact that I want to say, number one, I want to say amazing community that you guys have here. I'm so glad to be part of your community. I feel like I learned so much more by interacting with you guys. And the thing is, it's like, look, there's so much to learn in code. And there's so many people, everybody pretends to be positive. And I'm sure there's some positive people. But what I really like is what we have going on here, where it's literally just about coding. It's not about drone footage or about none of that. Check out how cool my setup is with 3 monitors. It's about code. It's about doing the work. And I really like the fact that we're literally doing the most important thing that's going to make us better developers. It's not following the hype. It's basically, doing the work and having a community of people that you could talk about code. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for jumping on this Tuesday night live stream. And I am definitely going to figure this out for sure. Yeah, I'm not even worried. Marcus, I appreciate the support. And to be honest with you guys, I know I joke around, and because I do want these two streams to kind of be entertaining, and I just watch some guy code, and so maybe I over dramatize my frustration, but I'm not frustrated by learning to code. I'm not frustrated in going through the process. I enjoy it a lot, and I love chatting with you guys. And so to me, this is not oh, I'm gonna get upset. No, this is fun. All honesty, I just love hanging out with you. Really appreciate all of you guys, everybody that was here. Amazing help, amazing tips. I'm very, very happy. And with that being said, guys, I'll definitely be here next stream for sure. And we're definitely going to continue building this application. And you know what the good news is? The good news is we will be using React Router 6. React Router 6, yeah. And yeah, I learned it. Following hype makes no gain, no path. Dude, I'm 41 years old. The last thing I want to do is waste my time. I know, Engine Boy, I think it was you who asked me if I still play games. I do want to enjoy hobbies. I'm not saying, whatever your hobby is, you got to make time for your hobbies, your family, your learning. And so I don't want to waste time by stuff that does not help me become a better developer. Talk about hype, talk about cars, talk about drone footage or whatever people do. There's so many people online, not to make fun of anybody, but they're obviously, if you find someone that is motivating you to code and make progress, they're a good person for you to follow. But if you follow someone who's constantly about the drama and everything except actually doing the work, then no, that person is not helpful to you. And so I'm really glad that my type of content and the type of videos I put out attracts like-minded individuals who really genuinely want to see me succeed, not just on this journey of becoming a better programmer, but continuing to improve as a developer, continue to grow as a programmer, allow me to continue to rise in my profession. Because the truth is, learning to code is hard. I don't care what anybody says to you. It is difficult, and it really takes time and commitment. And I'm just glad that the type of people that my content is attracting is exactly the type of people I want to associate with. And what I could easily say that if we were to meet in real life, I know we would all get along. And that's why I really appreciate all of you guys. And this is why I could continue staying on the stream until 2 a.m. until I figure this out. But we're going to call it a break. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.